Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. We have a very big matchup for you guys today with the Wolfdash V finals with bewildebeest versus bdamja. I won't delay us any longer. I'll head you guys right over to the gameplay, and I will hand you over to our commentators. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. In matchup, I just want to say this is world number 1 and recently, just 9 hours ago, world number 2. John, how are you doing?
I am doing amazing today. Thank you for asking, Spicy. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Oh, I cannot wait for this matchup. We will see like a lot here, a lot of optimized gameplay, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, there are just so many things that I hope will not be messed up here. Tricks in this game can cost a lot of time, but very optimal gameplay here by those two. The first, we are starting off with our favorite Ordon Gate clip. Actually not the favorite of most. This game can be quite annoying. Not
tell me about it.
Not really RNG related, but still in a kind of 8-frame cycle in which direction the gate swings, so it can be quite annoying to bonk out of the gate. But seems like both of them are getting a first try out of the gate, which is really nice. We're doing safe bet here. Fast bit is a little bit unsafer, but bdamja unfortunately getting deep-headed and failing back in time. That is a big time loss. Unfortunate for the start. This is not what we like. Yeah, bdamja recently already had another Wolfdash races issues with the slow back in time. I don't know if it was because of his controller, but this is an unfortunate consequence here. And the gate is not seeming to cooperate immediately, but and this is about a minute difference from the start. This is really, really unfortunate.
Okay, he gets it now.
At least that, so... Yeah, still, a lot can happen in this race. We're just 1 minute in, 2 minutes nearly, so we'll see how these runners will do. Well, first up, I guess we should talk about the human movement in this game. The most optimal way to move as human is rolling, as you can see. And we want to have it most possibly frame perfect. So, especially when going up slopes, we don't lose speed if we roll frame perfectly. So yeah, there is a lot of shadow time losses that can happen here. But alright. The first goal of this is after we have done back in time, we already got the green tunic, the Ordon sword, the Hylian shield, and also the Epona tame flag, which will come up later. And we also spawned in the Farron Spring already, which means we can skip the first 2 days of Ordon and immediately start with our objective of freeing Tallow and the monkey. Yeah, not much can be said about the beginning. It is really just a lot of rolling. There's not too much you can lose time here. The runners just want to have like pretty optimized rolling, as I said before. And if possible, not bonk. Some of these walls here have ridiculous hitboxes, so...
Yeah.
You want to try to avoid that as best as possible. Slashing the bokoblin there for the small key chest is of course something most runners do to not complicate with the RNG. There are 2 different swings that the bokoblin can do. With the vertical swing we can actually avoid it and don't need to slash it, but just to be safe, it doesn't lose too much time to actually do a running slash instead of another roll there. up now, up and coming is the first big RNG section after the gate. There are emotes we love that are called Gate Goat's Bow, because this is just an early game tragedy. Oftentimes just resetting to a horrible RNG, at least among the top runners. But yeah, we will see how this goes. There could be a lot more of a time difference built up here in this section, depending on how the RNG will go for the goats and bow later.
Yep.
First up about the goats, we have some RNG elements here. The position is always the same, but the distance they react to Link, as well as the direction and how fast they are going, is RNG dependent. So we need to be a little careful here. Best goats we had currently in a race was in 17 seconds. And these goats look amazing for Beast. Oh, I think one was out of reach. But still, 2150. This is pretty damn good. We love to see that. For a racing time, that's absolutely acceptable.
Yeah, that's really good. Let's see how bdamja does.
Going for left side goats first. Interesting. There's a different strategy that is a bit safer, some runners say, but is a bit slower than right side goats. But it could be... Yeah, in 1994.
94.
Nice! Both were good goats. We love to see that. Now, bow is unfortunately one that we cannot manipulate. Well, on goats, we can sometimes react to what the goats are doing and skew the result of what's happening dynamically. Here we have a two paper scissors. Of course, there are some odds where pushing or slapping are more efficient. So in this first phase, bow also tends to do just nothing. So oftentimes the first phase can be done in a one cycle. If we tap A, about 11 seconds, about 11 times in a second, we can knock him out of the ring immediately. So the second phase can be quite a bit more annoying.
Pretty good first phase from Beast too.
Yep, and dodges. Yeah, once you get out of the range, you like to grab more than to slap, because then you got you cannot one cycle once you are further away, but grabbing is just higher odds than slapping. But the Beast, unfortunately, not having the best bow here. Trying to turn while mashing, but unfortunately still not getting it out. Bow is really nasty here, almost kicking Beast off the ring.
God.
This is a really unfortunate bow second phase. We're actually both runners currently in the wrestling of the second phase match here. Bow is slapping both of them. He's taking the ball out so much. This is crazy, and bdamja is taking the lead. Oh my god. Even with this back in time sequence, bdamja is back again. And Beast now also finally getting bow off the ring. This is an unfortunate sequence. Both are having an 8 iron boots. This is a crazy beginning.
This is absolutely insane. This is proof that anything can happen in the early game. Oh my god.
And with that, these runners are close back again. First up, we are doing a quick little save here that we will use later. Don't worry, you will see this save again. We are not actually saving because we are scared. Wow, okay. Yeah, next up we come into a wolf section. Of course, here as human we have rolling, which is the most efficient, but with wolf we have a different moveset, so we kind of want to be constantly in dashing speed. More about that in a bit. First up we have box break, a trick that saves 3 frames or something like that. It is very little, but it is pork when you get it. And bdamja successfully getting box break. Those are 3 frames saved because you can then immediately dash to the dig spot instead of needing to break the box first. And bewildebeest
Nice.
also getting box break. That means both are on a good pace. No one needs to reset. Yeah, as wolf movement, like I said again, we want to constantly be in dashing speed, so sometimes we see a different dash spacing, but when we are going off a ledge, we are actually losing our dash speed, so sometimes you will see the runners do a dash cancelable by doing a B attack immediately when falling down, so that you can start with another dashing again, because if we are not dashing, we are really slow. So let's try to keep up with the wolf dash. Love this movement here.
I know.
When they went up. Usually you don't see that, but it makes sense in the end. They're just going early into the water. Yeah, these two have optimized a lot here. Okay, so we might come to a section with a lot of shadow time losses now. First up, after this midnight tech skip, there you can do first framers, we call them. Those are specific inputs for 1 frame during the cutscene, where we can input A and jump immediately without having the delay, like Beast just got here. And all of these, which they're in Series 4 of, can save a little about a second, a little more. Ooh, bdamja even getting the hop here on the misalignment, which he didn't intend. There was missing collision that allows us to do jump here unintentionally. Thankfully, it didn't mess up his movement. That runners are taking, just so they can stay in the dashing speed as long as possible and don't need to do specific ledge grabs. Just great to see the movement here. And another 1 framer for bewildebeest, trying to catch up! Oh my god, okay, we are sinking at Hugo, it looks like. John, please, what is Hugo? Who is Hugo? And why is
Man.
Hugo?
Well, let me put it this way. Hugo is our really good friend, a Boblin, that's just camping out outside of Orden Spring, and we lure him to get into the Twilight Zone because before you get to the Twilight, there's a cutscene that tells the game that, hey, you need to get the sword and the shield. Even though we already have the sword and shield on our screens, the game doesn't recognize them. So we have to do some manipulation of this enemy Hugo right here, which bdamja is now leading to the Twilight, to perform a game mechanic called an LJA, which we'll see more of later, to push Hugo into the cutscene and then do another LJA over the text trigger into the cutscene to let us into the Twilight. So
very well explained there, John. Yeah, there are unfortunately also a lot of RNG elements here. For example, the spawn position of Hugo. bdamja had an amazing spawn while for bewildebeest, Hugo actually tried to invade Ordon, so it was a bit of a mess there. So we've lost a little bit of time there, but also the swinging cycles are also depending on RNG. We don't want Hugo to have him swing until he is in position. So currently bdamja is having a little bit of a struggle, but he is in position and this does not work! It looked so good, but for a slide this wasn't enough, just barely! That must have been just units away from hitting the trigger. Bewildebeest now also on this attempt. This is a slide and maybe
And he gets
a
it.
big difference in this. Really unfortunate consequence here for bdamja needing to do this trick again and also continue with the RNG here. This trick can lose about 80 seconds on average. Depending on how the swing cycles goes, this can be a devastating blow to the bdamja. This is exactly the thing you don't want to see in the beginning, because this is like the most devastating time loss that you can kinda control. Even if there's RNG involved, just failing it feels so horrible also for the mentality at the start. But finally bdamja also getting its second try now. With about 80 seconds behind, there's still a lot that can happen. We are still at the beginning of the run, but this fatal blow puts him a lot behind. These runners will not be getting the Farron vessel. Unfortunate for Ko, he's the only one living here, so we don't really care about making the Twilight go away. We don't need it. And in Farron there's not too much that can go wrong. You mainly have the Shadow Beast fight where there's a bit of RNG and also again these few one-framers that are coming out of a dig spot, also this one midnight jump here in the mist area. But after that we have another difficult trick to get into and another trick involving RNG and an enemy. Called EMS. I love the camera padding there actually. Usually don't see that. And yeah, so about early Master Sword. We are luring this enemy called Jamal over to a wall. We're actually going for this setup for EMS. He has a fast swing and a slow swing. We want a slow swing, but unfortunately two fast swings and a third one. Really bad RNG and needing to kill the Shadow Beast. This is unfortunate. And because the Shadow Beasts are aligned in a bad position, bewildebeest playing it safe by not killing them with a midnight charge. If you kill all the Shadow Beasts, it is over. And again, getting a fast swing. And this time a slow swing. Bad RNG for 4 swings in a row. This was a fatal blow. A lot of time loss again that bdamja might be able to catch up with great RNG. It makes sense to get another heart here, because if you get hit by the puppets here enough times, you actually die. And with enough times, I mean once. These puppets to Wolf deal only 1 heart of damage, half a heart of damage, and bdamja trying to push the Shadow Beast in a different position for a fast AMS cycle and get really nice. This is a lot of time save on bewildebeest. Bewildebeest getting the quick climb up on the Skull Kit. We want to be really safe here. If we take too much damage and die here, we would need to redo the entire Skull Kit. While this is mainly an auto-scroller, there's not a lot that can happen here. Not a lot that is not letting us stay in dash speed the whole time, you could say. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, this is getting close now. Well, it's been close the entire time, like, you know.
Yeah. They're also getting the quick climb. Yeah, these both, as I said, they are both really optimized players. So it's just great to see how well they are playing. And actually, both are also playing on English, I should mention that here. That means we will be collecting rupees. We need 300 for a Sky Cannon. There are a few RNG rupees these runners might go for. Even though rupees are not that crazy to get in these routes this time, because we get red rupees on fire instead of the previous routes. This last hit can be the most annoying one because you want to fall down without hanging on the ledge, which doesn't seem like it happened for bewildebeest. But it also didn't look like that he tried to go into a good direction there. Because again, if you fall down, it is a lot of time loss that you don't really want to have. So it is very respectable to not go for that little time save that you could get here. In the Skullcat fight, you want to hit one puppet immediately and kill it, because then Skullcat is on a timer. This looks quite good. Yeah, unfortunately, both streams are buffering for me.
Yeah, only with damages is buffering for me.
I had B stream also buffer for me, so oh no. Well, no stream is going for me. Yeah, it could be Conker's moment. So,
Okay, there we go. Okay, we're back.
okay.
Looks like Beast is on his way to the Master Sword puzzle. Already in the Master Sword puzzle.
Connection to server failed. Please verify your internet connection and reload the page. What am I supposed to do? I cannot see this commentary. Damn it. So you need to take over for me for a bit, it seems like.
Okay. So now, bdamja also entering the Master Sword puzzle. Beast just about finishing. There we go. It'll be a 2253 Master Sword from bewildebeest. Followed by a really cool cutscene. I like this cutscene. Looks like bdamja just finishing the puzzle too. And we're looking at about 23... 29? Roughly a 2330 Master Sword. Getting the Master Sword is really nice right now because now we can transform between human and wolf forms at will, and it'll be very useful. Well, pretty soon, actually, we'll be able to warp back to Farron, keeping the run going. Also has some damage buffs compared to the orange sword, so killing some bosses and mini bosses will be a little easier. the opportunity for 1 cycles. Yeah, it's a very, very close race. It's been very close the entire time, roughly. It's been really exciting to watch. Now Beast warping back to South Farron.
Yeah, so seems like I cannot connect to the commentary page. John, can you maybe stream the layout on Discord?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Oof, hold on, wait.
It's really unfortunate. I don't know. Doesn't let me connect. Yeah. Thank you.
There you-
Okay, now I can
Okay.
see it again. Just need to make it bigger. Yeah, a few technical issues, but okay, it seems to be solved now. Alright, so can you give me a brief explanation of the big things that still happened while I was away?
The big things that happened so far, both our runners did pick up the Master Sword. We got the Master Sword to be able to transform and warp at will. It also gives us some more damage input to enemies, which will be really helpful with some 1 cycles and some quick damaging force bit, which will
Yes,
be
this trick is really cool. There's actually a flag called the boss flag um, that is used on several bosses, but also the dungeon monkeys. Here we are performing back in time equipped. On the title screen map, the King Bulbin fight happens after you die, or even if you select a valid save file, which we had at Ordon Village. And normally when we skip the cutscene, there is a boss flag that is counting down from a very high number down to 0. But if we reset the game and then skip the cutscene, we are interrupting that. So it stays at this high number, which means after we open the door to the north in the Farron, we will get 4 monkeys. And it seems like Beast went for spider skip. Actually, this involves RNG, where the spider will look at. If the spider's facing away, it will not attack Link, and he actually did get a really nice RNG there. That's what we like to see. It could have ended really bad if it didn't happen, because then it's just annoying time loss. The spider looks also quite okay for bdamja to go for it, but I don't think he will. Oh wait, he is?
He does.
He is actually trying.
Looks good.
Oh!
Nice.
Nancy cooperating for both of them. That is really good. That's what we like to see.
Now Beast entering the mini boss Ook.
Yeah, Ook has also some RNG elements to it. The least amount of hops that can happen are 2. The highest are quite infinite, and we are looking at the 4 hop for Beast. This is, I think, the second most common one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't do the math.
I think 4 is a pretty average number. I think it's
Yeah, that's pretty average of what can happen. Let's see the hop numbers for bdamja.
2, 3,
And
4.
okay, also
4
a
hop
4
as well.
one. Okay, so they have very similar RNG here. And the Master Sword just dealt so much damage we can one cycle. Not used to these sharp slashes.
About a 30-35 boomerang according to Beast's splits.
Yeah, again, because the RNG just wasn't in the favor for both of them, and that just happened a lot in this early game, which wasn't good for both of them. They are still quite similar then. They are about 40 seconds apart, 35.
Yeah, give or take, yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah, next
But
up
now
is
that
a
we...
break. That can be quite annoying.
Yeah.
Probably one of my least favorite these days. Possibly because we do it twice guaranteed.
Yeah. Twice, maybe 3 times if unlucky.
Yeah. There are different strats that you can do. Willoughby is actually going immediately into human. Yeah, you want to get really close to the trigger here. Hopefully not getting too close that you actually hit the trigger, but then with the Alja Ace, the long jump attacks that we can do on the GameCube version specifically, we can get past this midnight trigger here that is usually preventing us from exiting the Twilight. We can just get past it. bdamja going for the similar strat. I don't know if he does targets. I think he likes to do targetless actually on the LJA. Next up, Beast is doing a postman skip. There's a small trigger here, another ground trigger that we can jump over with the help of the boomerang. And next up comes probably the most crucial one-framer we have in this run. One that can really shift already the leads. This is Gorge Void. Press A. Some say pressing A is easy. But oftentimes it can be very annoying. Wow, this enemy was very close to ruining the postman skip for bdamja, but thankfully he was able to jump over that, which looked amazing. Thankfully, still lucky enough. Sometimes these enemies can be very annoying during the setup and push you into the trigger, actually. But yeah. Let's see. There's a one-framer to jump into the void, avoiding the cutscene for now, which saves about a minute.
Let's see.
And bewildebeest is not getting Gorge Void. This might be the time for bdamja to come back and take over the lead if he gets this. Why we need the map warping ability, it is better to get it later when we already have the Kakariko portal, so we don't need to travel back through South Farron to come back.
Yes, this does mean bewildebeest will be taking an extra trip back to Farron, which is unfortunate. Let's see. bdamja getting it.
Gorge Void and is taking the lead with that! What is this race? Yeah, the route is now slightly divergent. I'm not sure if bewildebeest actually is immediately going for Elden after this. But with that, bdamja is already doing rupee roll. There's a sloped collision on the fence that we cannot that we can stand on, but it wants to push us off immediately. But if we stand there with a rupee cutscene, we can roll out of it and get over the fence in the out of bounds collision. And from here we can get around and use another boomerang LJA to get across the gorge and skipping the entirety of it.
Nice.
Really nice. Well done, bdamja. And it looks like bewildebeest is actually not caring for his splits. He immediately does Elden Twilight. So he's doing another series of the postman skip. Yes, the trigger is still there. So actually we don't see quite the detour here. That means the route will stay accurate for us commentators at least. That will be great to see. So we can still accurately determine who's in the lead and who's behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, upcoming is Elden Twilight, the favorite Twilight of many, because there's a lot of movement and a lot of kind of little IL segments, individual levels. All these rooms do have some pretty neat movement that you can optimize, and this is what I like about the top runners. While many of the more newer runners or intermediate runners might not choose to learn all of the optimizations. This is just... I just love this. Because in top level you care for every single time save you can get to. Bewildebeest also getting the rupee roll, just needing to get another series of the ending blow.
Looks good.
Ending
Nice.
blow, what am I saying? Long jump instead.
Little early, little early.
Yeah. But yeah, Elden Twilight is coming up later. We are actually going back for map warping and then going up to Zora's Domain immediately. On bdamja's side.
Yes, because we want to get the Zora's Domain warp portal open, because that will be really useful for post Elden Twilight festivities.
Okay, so yeah, I was lying. bdamja is going for the portal in in Zora's Domain first, while bewildebeest is already doing Elden Twilight.
Huh.
So he will get the portal after finishing Elden Twilight. It is about 6 frames faster, but some people don't like to do that because of the splits. Also, I love the camera manipulation bdamja is doing here while going over the field. You can do analog glitch to still go in the correct direction, but manipulate the camera to reduce lag. Or also show off if you really want to. So yeah, the routes do slightly diverge here. Okay, the basement bugs. This is one of my favorite parts here with the kind of manipulation people like to do, but bewildebeest unfortunately not getting the manipulation once.
Meanwhile, bdamja got through that gate pretty fast.
Yeah. The gate can also be quite annoying because similarly similarly to the Ordon gate, it swings in a different direction, but at least we're not immediately just pushed out of the gate. We can just try again. With ball swings it works after all. Just might need to wait a bit for the cycle, but it's fine overall. Malomart, after bonking, you can manipulate the bug to get down immediately. Bewildebeest is actually pushing the bug slightly, which is funny. but that makes a lot of sense, because if you push it, it seems like that you collect the tier immediately. for some of the people that are yeah, that was a weird bug. What is happening on this screen? There was a weird movement, a bog on the slope, and then just losing dash speed. But yeah, what I wanted to say, bdamja not getting card droning, but instead getting a fast fight cycle, so it doesn't lose too much time at least, but quite an unfortunate consequence. Yeah, in the Malomar bug, usually collecting a tier takes some time. Like you go into the tier, but it is not actually collected until these three kind of string things colliding with Wolflink. This manipulation was very smart. I, by the way, love the in movement.
See bdamja go for this cool little clip right here.
Yeah, saves 8 seconds. If you practice a lot with it, it is kind of safe. So really well done here by bdamja. With this we can cross this Kargok section immediately. As you can see on the minimap, we are kind of avoiding this whole crisscross section in the middle there. So we can immediately enter the loading zone after this. Next up for bewildebeest, we got a bomb pause skip. And there's a specific bomb pause. There's the biggest sequence break we have, like in a twilight section, you could say. It saves about half a minute, I think, if not even more, to go around the trigger where the bug is supposed to go in. And if we kill it, the bomb pause just instantly explodes. And we can get these 3 tiers immediately, so this is quite convenient and well done. It is quite difficult. Not the most difficult, but failing it can cost dearly, because then you would need to go up the entire watchtower house again, which is just painful. Nice watchtower bug manipulation. You just don't want the bug to go into the corner and just leave its home radius immediately. So he's pushing it intentionally so it goes out of there immediately. So really well done there. Also doing some slight tech skips. We don't want to actually collect the blue rupee on the ground, but in the air, so that we don't get the little text cutscene of, oh, you gotta...
bdamja getting the portal, so now he'll work back to Kakariko.
Yeah, so because the routes are currently different, he actually gets another Gorge Void here. If you paid attention with the senses, there's also another one framer here, so people like using the senses just to flex. So yeah, the route is still a bit different between those two. Still remember, bdamja is probably still about half a minute ahead on bewildebeest. He still needs to get the Zora's Domain portal, so... I love this movement down into Death Mountain Trail. Yeah, we will.
Nice.
Well, yeah, there are different threats to get that one bug on the Death Mountain Trail. Midnight Church is the easier one. But both are pretty similar because you were waiting there on the geyser cycle. bdamja had their beautiful sanctuary bugs. Oh my god, and immediately can go back. This was so good. I love to see that. That bewildebeest has finished the Elden Twilight. It's now coming back for the Zoster main portal. So we will see how far ahead slash behind these runners are when they warp to the mountain. Another series of Farron escape. Very well. Okay, so none of these runners have failed on Farron escape. Wow. That's also just so you can see how optimized this all is. It's why still so many of the top level runners as well are missing Farron escape. This is such a hard trick for no reason. Wildebeest is now also on the engage clip here. Bdamja got an insta clip, so let's see how Wildebeest does. Yeah,
Okay.
this game was a bit worse, but was still first try really well. Yeah, the problem is not the setup, the problem is really just getting into the, not hitting the trigger when trying to do Farron escape, like walking up. Sometimes you're just talking to Midna because you're taking the 50-50, am I too far away, am I not far away enough, so... Sometimes it's just a gamble, but yeah, apparently these runners know what they are doing. Bdamja now also on bomb power skip. That was quite fast.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, bewildebeest might not be able to save some time on Bdamja from going for car drowning. Bdamja did not get it before, because of unfortunate RG. Let's see, for Wildebeest, he's going for it. Let's hope he doesn't get grabbed. If you get grabbed, you crash the game. And this did work out, in fact. Really nice. Good time saver there. Collecting them looping with the backup. Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, with these two runners, we just see a lot of optimizations. I just love seeing this gameplay. Ooh, unfortunately, not getting the side up there. This wall, for some reason, extends quite far. On the corner, you cannot immediately do a side up, because then you are stuck there. I don't know why the developers put a freaking wall there. But yeah, so you need to kind of avoid it, or you instead do a ledge grab. Yeah, and soon both of these runners are closing out on their segment, so they are actually really close together. I love to see it. So about half a minute apart, I think. But a lot can still happen.
Yeah.
I mean, really a lot. This run is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. A bit more than that. At least when it comes to top level. and with how the early game went, we can expect that still a lot can happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. He would be speaking in his climb up Zora's domain. Bdamja getting the last bug in the Twilight.
The only difference between us is that the bewildebeest still needs to get the Zora's domain portal. Well, bdamja can now also immediately warp to Death Mountain, but once both runners warp to Death Mountain, they are synced up again. And then we can directly see the time difference these two runners have. Actually, it looks like they are pretty close together.
Yeah,
We can see bdamja warping now, while bewildebeest is just pulling out the map and warping as well. These runners are really close together for the day with Twilight. Less than 10 seconds apart. There can be a little bit of RNG involved in whether that mountain falls. Oh, nice transform. Quite the video was. Oh man. Okay, let's see gamer side up. There's a one framer to avoid the midnight text and after warping the meteor, which saves I think about 6 seconds.
nice.
Really nice, bdamja got it. Oh, but getting stuck on the fence. Damn. That's a pretty good time save there.
And we.
Would be
Oof.
not getting the one framer. Yeah, the midnight text is quite long, unfortunately, so losing some time there. These runners are really, really close together.
I know, this run's pretty insane, man. Doesn't get much better than this.
Some might say in the Nehru trailer there's not too much that can happen. But here's the thing, on top level you see a lot of optimizations here. I'm just saying. Some people have the goal of getting a sub 10-minute Nehru Twilight. It is extremely difficult, but I think both of these runners are really going to optimize, trying everything to get a 10-minute Nehru Twilight. It is extremely hard. Both are in the portal fights. Oh my god. Probably both are going for the same Shadow Beast. And you rarely see runners are both in this Shadow Beast fight. I think this is the first time we have this. Oh, they are so close together. I'm so excited.
I know, this is so fun. This is amazing.
bdamja not going for the Nairo hop. Very well respected. Can lose a lot of time if you try to do a little shortcut there and falling into the water. For that same reason, bewildebeest is also not going for it. Yeah, this bug manipulation is pretty straightforward. We have one of the crucial tricks coming up, waterfall side up. There's a 3-frame window to do a side up to land where really close to the next bug at the top. bdamja gets it, really nice, really nice. This is the most crucial part you absolutely do not want to miss. And bewildebeest also getting it, nice. Now, this next part involves RNG. We could have a slight turn up here, because these bugs can fly really weird. We got two kind of quick kills, I would say, but not the best. It was kind of an average bugs there for bdamja. While for bewildebeest, the bugs are actually super far inside underwater, which is very unfortunate there. So I think his were a little worse, but also not getting the tier, not getting the jumps on the lily pads correctly. Very high level.
So many little things that just can go wrong, and then
Yeah, this is just why I love watching top level the Neutral actually. Sub 10 is insanely difficult. So seeing all the strats they are actually going for and possibly making is so good.
now bdamja coming to the best part of Lanayru Twilight.
Yeah, having a lot of wolf dashing. 2 minutes in fact. Damn, that is now actually a quite bad part for us commentators, because what should we do while they both are doing the same thing of just dashing? Damn, Nintendo. Why did you put a one singular bug in Castle Town for us to grab? And they want to give us a reason to get the West Castle Town portal, so it makes sense. But that really does mean it is just kinda out of the way. But hey, at least we can enjoy the view of dashing and lag reduction. And I'm just gonna say, they are constantly in the same room. Like, bewildebeest is literally on bdamja's tail.
Yeah, this difference, man, it's gotta be like maybe not even 15 seconds. Maybe.
Yeah, not even. Now on the Shadow Beast fight, both will try to target the one near the barrier last, so that they honk intentionally to this one at the as late. God, I cannot speak. Yeah, so they want to target this one first, so that they jump to the other one, so they don't bonk on the barrier. This is what I want to say. 20 just looks so close. I don't know. Yeah, both in Castle Town they will be Wolfdash canceling. It's the fastest way of moving here, because when you dash in Castle Town, you are immediately losing your dash speed, and it is just so slow to be not in dash speed. Good manipulation there.
Look at that beast splits. I think it is 22 seconds, not gonna lie.
Damn.
But still, it's insane, because at this level, it doesn't look like it's 22 seconds. That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, it is amazing to commentate. So nice manipulation there by Beast as well, even pushing the bug close to the ledge to immediately collect it. Really well done. It's these little things. Next up in the Kark flight, there's not a lot to talk about. If you know how to target bugs before you dash at them, then there's nothing you can do wrong, really. For some reason, there was probably one developer who just gave us a mechanic to auto-aim, which I'm very grateful for. Oh, bdamja actually not targeting for both of those bugs. Wow, it is a little faster, because if you don't because if you don't target, you can dash quickly. Like I said, when you first need to target and then dash to have the auto aim lock on, he's also not doing it for the third one. Okay, and the fourth one we are doing really fast and bonking immediately. Meanwhile, the wildebeest is actually going for the targeting threat. That was really well done. I thought we cannot talk about much, but this was really hype to see actually. Not abusing the auto aim mechanic and actually pure skill.
Now bdamja coming up to boss bug.
Yeah, boss bug has also a bit of manipulation we can do there. Most importantly, on his attacks, we can attack him during his attack, at least when he's circling around us. So we can cancel it and then launch it immediately, which is a fast cycle then. He will only launch at us when he's on camera. So bdamja will be manipulating the camera and be on the edge of the plank so he can immediately launch at the boss bug. Yep, going to the corner again. Just so getting the quick cycles. We want to wait a little before attacking because if boss bug is stuck inside the plank, we will fall off, and bdamja not getting the fast bonk on the boss bug, losing a few seconds. Unfortunate there. Yes, that is possible to target him just the whole time. I think that does the same thing. So sometimes people don't do that for the manipulation, and Beast is falling off immediately, not getting the quick cycle. They're losing a few more seconds there in comparison. Hopefully can get the immediate bonk very well.
Nice.
I think with that, bdamja actually had a narrow twilight he really liked. These runners are possibly now about 30 seconds apart. Getting additional rupees here on Zora's domain before taking 2 hearts of damage. This is important for a trick coming up later with Empty Lake Hylia. But before we do her minigame. But first up, we don't have Midna to kill the Shadow Beast as Wolf. But we want to kill them as a Wolf so we can warp away in the fight. Before we do that though, Wolf Jam. Because actually there is a hidden skill called the Ending Blow. And we needed to do the Ending Blow. And at the ending of the run, we actually just press A once for this exact input, use with the hidden skill. It is necessary. But kind of a chill out segment then. Can kind of breathe before the mid game comes. Taking a sip of water. Remember to stay hydrated, it is quite important. First up, Isa just only talks to humans, so unfortunately not getting the immediate angle set up there, but that is fine.
Let's see how these beasts to treat bdamja.
Very well done. Nice. Yeah, there are a few things that can only kill the last Shadow Beast after all the others have been killed. And thankfully, this launching at them with A does kill them, in fact. So we can kill them without Midna. Warping away, we first need to do it one time here. Because if we just get the bomb back, there's still flags that when we reset or die, the bomb bag will be taken away. But if we do that again, we will get another bomb bag, and this one will stay permanently because the flags won't stay. They won't duplicate. So she will only take off one of our bomb bags once we die or save and warp. Yeah, with both of them pretty quickly. It's just the same gameplay, but a few seconds apart. It is great to see. Next up, we first want to avoid a little trigger here to not talk to Plum. He wants to explain us the rules, but we don't really care. Next up is Empty Lake Hylia. So in this minigame, we have a certain layer, but if we die, we respawn in Lake Hylia in that same layer, which is quite convenient. Though for dying, we need to get out of bounds, because if we get into the water, we don't actually die. With voiding here, we died. We do get our bomb back with 30 bombs now. That stays permanent. And Lake Hylia will take in the minigame state. Because in the minigame state, it is unused in Lake Hylia. Unused states somehow don't have water, so Lake Hylia is just empty. And we will abuse that to our fullest. The entrance to Lake Temple is still blocked off with bombs, but with a precise bomb boost we can get in there. We are using a specific angle buffering and positioning setup, which is why you can see these runners pull out the item wheel. The angles and changes is quite consistent with bewildebeest. Unfortunately, getting out of bounds but not bonking immediately needs to do a backup, which loses a bit of time, but at least can get it. Bdamja, meanwhile, successful at Empty Lake Hylia, and again, trying to not give bewildebeest any time here. Respawn at the Lake Temple entrance, no need to get Zora armor. Whew. It's a lot of talking.
This is insane.
I'm just so excited. They are so close together, man. And yeah, because for Morphe we need to get water bombs to do to refill our air meter when we are underwater. We are dropping bombs on the way to Decatoad. On the way to Decatoad. And in general getting back to Morphe after. Oh, I love this. And the bomb strats here, where to pull out the bombs, I love this.
And I believe we are going to see our first displacement clip of the run.
Yeah, really precise and recently found. You can clip through walls that have a ceiling under it, and that was quite fast there. And in the wormhole room, we can then upwarp because water scales infinitely downwards, and we immediately go up to the surface. Really well done there. Where did the other save fights go? These runners use memory card management, so it's a bit faster to save on a new file than on an existing save file. So these runners will switch out their memory cards to empty ones, so they can immediately save on empty files. Yeah, with the early boss flag still retained after Ook, we can use that to look up and get into the Decotale fight immediately. Unfortunately for bdamja, not getting the zero cycle. If you saw what he was trying to do, he wanted to use a bomb and throw it with a boomerang immediately into his mouth, but unfortunately not getting it, losing quite some time that the bewildebeest might be able to catch up. So with the one cycle that the Master Sword does, it's just insane damage. We can one cycle Deku at least. Quite the unfortunate consequence here. Bewildebeest might be able to catch up here for some time.
Let's see.
The bewildebeest, in fact, getting the Decotale one cycle. Very nice. A zero cycle, I mean.
The 0 and the 1 cycle. Yeah.
The zero and the one cycle. Genius. With that, he's catching up a bit on bdamja.
And bdamja's coming up onto the only boss key skip in the run, or in the game, really.
Yeah, this game does like to tie loading zones to doors. Thankfully, this one doesn't use a door. And instead just a loading zone itself, a loading box. And for some reason the developers just didn't put collision on one part of the railings. So we can just go through it here and be on a scene at the site. And with a floor clip get inside the chamber and go into the loading zone. Really fast there by bdamja, really nice. And Morphia can make a difference here. Morphia has RNG patterns to it, especially the S pattern, which we cannot do something about, but also the first phase can mess up a bit. In the first phase, we want to claw the eyeball and then do a jump attack, quick spin, but sometimes the eye just bounce away, so it can be quite annoying to get it. Let's see how it does here. Yes, that was it. Very well done. And the eyeball also getting quickly in the mouth, so we are not losing time to RNG, but the second phase is really a big part of RNG.
Yeah, this is
Might be that these runners are actually going for a one bomb. One bomb is extremely difficult and RNG dependent, so we will see what these runners are going for here. Also getting a very beautiful first cycle there. Yeah, Morphia unfortunately pathing in a weird direction, so one bomb is not possible here for bdamja, I'm pretty sure. Needing to use two bombs instead, yeah. One bomb is just super difficult RNG dependent. Morphia is quite far away, but should still work for a two bomb.
Looks good.
Yeah, for the regrab, we want to wait until Morphia is looking down. He will just
right there.
Here. Very well done by bdamja. Good two cycle. I didn't look at Morphia's pathing here on bewildebeest side.
Looks like he'll also go for the two bomb.
Also a two bomb. Respectable. We are trying to be very safe on the race here. Morphia coming from the right side, but also still a very good pattern. I think on terms of RNG, bewildebeest is actually saving a slight bit of time here on Morphia's pathing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice
that was
regrab.
very well done. And with that, we are out of the mid game, pretty much. Although no, Snowpeak is still coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, it did seem quicker, the Morpheo Death animation.
Yeah. The death cutscene can vary a bit, though it is not too much.
Well, I'm gonna use beast splits to confirm a time difference. I think that's the play right now.
Yeah, we are still getting the Arc container because that was quite important in Palace of Twilight.
Ugh.
It's actually efficient to do that. Since we jump down and take a bunch of damage in this.
Okay, bdamja with a fade out at 1:15:39.
With MDH we have another wolf dashing section. Hope you all can still enjoy bewildebeest being on bdamja's tail, just dashing in the same room. 1:16:15. So they're about 40 seconds apart, it looks like.
They're about 36 seconds actually. Yeah. Just 36 seconds between these two. That's insane.
Wow, wow, wow. And yeah, actually ending on the skid there, I think it is a little faster to end there on the skid, because the skid is actually faster when you start with it, so all these tiny optimizations, I love it. Next up, we might see a Luis glitch. If you B-attack into the cutscene in a specific way, you can manipulate the camera, which bdamja didn't get. But it is a little bit faster, so the camera doesn't need to pan, and the text can advance immediately. And I love that both of these just instantly B-attack into the door. Just all these small optimizations. And bewildebeest getting Luis glitch! Holy! Okay. Really taking every single time save that's possible. Now bdamja will be going for a rope skip. It's quite precise.
Nice.
And he does get it! Really nice! Bewildebeest will be going for it as well, I assume. Failing it can cost dearly, but it saves some time if you get it. As well as really not trying to give anyone room. Really trying their hardest for every tiny optimization. I just love this.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that looked a little lower, but bewildebeest also managing to get rope skip. Amazing. In the suicide moment, to be quick. Ooh, actually, bdamja getting a slip there. There's a tiny collision where you can slide off and not get a jump off. I hate when that happens. The other position where it can happen here in the sewers is after the tiny jump, which could be a bit devastating. I hope this doesn't happen here. This Boblin is quite annoying, so we need to kill him. Yeah, bdamja not getting the slip. Really nice. It's all these tiny things that matter here.
Exactly.
bdamja actually deciding not to attack the Boblin there. It's, some of these Boblin attacks can be quite annoying to get, and if you fall, it is just devastating. So just very respectable here, deciding for what is worth and what isn't to go for. These runners want to play very optimized but still safe, so there's a lot of trade-off here. Do I want to go for this few seconds of time save with the risk of falling completely and losing a lot? bdamja getting a beautiful bridge cycle there. Wolfdash will be going for that as well. The bridge can have a little weird collision and control, so I hope this doesn't happen for him. And we will have a similar cycle to bdamja.
And with bdamja finishing MDH, we can finally pick up the ending blow. Because I assume he wants to beat the game at some point.
This is just so crazy. I don't have it open what both their PBs are.
Well, I think...
All I can say is it is world number 1 and world number 2.
Okay, yeah, what Morpho said, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So really, really close.
So close.
Both are in their ending blow sequence. So yeah, this is an auto-scroller, a kind of chill phase. Has anyone ever forgotten to get ending blow in a race before? I don't remember in a race specifically. Like some have might have forgotten it in like the first few runs, because well, it is, you just need to press A once at the end of the game, so it is kind of forgettable.
Will Spicy's new small key skip be used?
No.
I would hope not.
This is not anything we will see RTA in any person anytime soon. With a quick map glitch, we are now disabling loading zones, so we don't need the refish stand, thank god. I don't want to do wagon escort. I don't want to get the fishing rod. Which we can't if we do back in time. So, thank god for map glitch to exist. There's also Wolf or Super Jump, I guess, which the HD speedruns do, but is much harder than just disabling that loading zone. Both are on GC, the fastest version of this game. Even in this like small snow patterns, like it's all these tiny optimizations or the tiny time losses you can see. Like I'm paying too much attention to all the small details now with how close they are. But yeah, howling here on the Howling Stone just to get the loading zones back and leaving immediately. We don't actually need another hidden skill. And this room here, I hate it. The keys can be quite annoying though. If you grab low enough, you can just not contest the RNG there. So I don't know. Does bdamja go for a low one? No, actually a high one. Oh wait, he's aiming a little to the left, so he avoids the keys. That is smart. Interesting.
All the little optimizations.
Yeah, the little ones. And there was a good messenger skip. Well done.
Nice.
That we will still stay blind. Not doing the Shadow Beast fight will cause the snow to still be there. We are looking at the blizzard, but we are speedrunners, we know where we are going, of course. Nice keys. The fastest way to move in the snowboard is you want to be constantly in the air. So you will see these runners constantly jump and do a spin attack at its peak.
Mm-hmm.
Do some cool wall routing here, like bdamja did there. So you can take the sharpest corners.
Aiming left can help avoid sniping the coos.
I see.
Fucking stun up.
Yeah,
Risk
that
and
makes
reward.
sense. So it might be a little faster there. I feel like the keys pathing is kind of predictable. At least when it's coming down. Going there for the safe path. There's a small midnight trigger that we try to avoid. Just jump attacking around it. Very well
Nice.
done by bdamja. That we enter the snow ruins. The only thing we want to get here is the ball and chain, but do not blink in any of this section. We're just here for a short minute, or 2 minutes about. Just getting quickly through this and doing all kinds of sequence breaks. First up, conveniently, there's no ceiling here. So we can claw shot through this breakable actor, and then do a floor clip. Really nice. This floor clip is actually really difficult. Precisely because the game allows us to prioritize ceiling collision instead of floor collision we can go through. Very well done here by bdamja as well, the displacement clip. And then we hope for a good freezer skip. Side hopping into it, we can quickly get out of the ice in the air and get behind the freezer to open the door behind. Opening the
Insane.
door from behind doesn't change anything, but yeah, this is insane. I love this dungeon. Practicing it is so fun. And bewildebeest also getting the difficult floor clip, very nice. Now we will use a bomb here on Darkhammer. The bomb makes it a little bit faster to kill him. Very well done. That was so
Nice.
fast. again with both of these runners on English, we will get the orange rupees. One is right here. We want to be a little bit careful with not pushing the bubble out of bounds. So we are going into a good position and not collecting it with a side up, unfortunately. I honestly didn't see the orange ruby, and so probably did bdamja. So it was kind of hard to do a side up there. But yeah, we want to collect it in the air so we don't get the text. So it loses a bit of time. Not that big of a deal. Second bubble right there. Ooh, getting the ball and chain out right on the step. That is cool. Love that. And after being done here, we are now continuing with Arbiter's Grounds. So that is where we are heading next. And not a lot can be said about this small section here before. We are climbing ladders and ladders cannot be sped up. But hey, at least we can enjoy the small scenery around it.
Yes, this little wall in the back.
You, bdamja, can you please pan the camera somewhere more exciting? Like another wall. Or maybe Link's face. I like the camera angle of Link's face very much. bdamja will be taking 1 heart of damage here. Intentionally. Because we will do a trick called Death Sword Skip later in the Arbiter's Grounds to get the spinner, and then we'll need to die, so... Wait, that was crazy! It went a little bit left there on the jump. This is very precise. Usually we go up on the rock, but landing there on the side is a bit faster, but very much harder. But I love that he did that.
That was nice. Beast using the ball and chain to fall ever so faster.
Yeah, you can actually use the ball and chain on the ledge to get it out. It is a cool strat. You just fall a little bit faster. And we now want to intentionally manipulate some of the Moldons here to take some damage in the sand. Seems like bdamja got hit by 2. 1 heart is not quite enough, so he will probably take another heart of damage in the Arbiter's Grounds itself by one of the enemies there.
Or the bomb strat post Pogate.
Oh, and it could also be. Not actually thought about that. Bewildebeest intentionally losing his dashing speed there to get hit by another Moldon because the first one missed. Just barely. And not getting the third one. That's unfortunate. Because he lost the dashing speed, he couldn't really get the third one. He was already moving, of course, so... Usually there is a manipulation strat for that, but if you're unfamiliar with it, then there's just so much you can do. Oh yeah, this small jump on this side there. I think it is a little bit faster than just grabbing the ledge up there. Yeah, we do another map glitch. Disable the loading zone so we cannot void. And next we try to go out of bounds with the precise edge A. We of course use a specific positional setup with it. We can easily do the—
Oh,
very well done. That was a good reaction there. Was aimed a bit too far left, but he was able to save it by pressing B in mid-air immediately to still get up on this. Very well done there. We can one-cycle King Bolden here with good quick spins.
nice.
Where the other needs to get out of the cage, the other is getting into the cage.
Nice KB3 from both.
And it is just such similar gameplay. Bdamja trying to not give an edge to bewildebeest. Yeah, every tiny optimization matters here with the time difference these two have.
That little side hop.
Yeah, it's better than just doing step up.
Yeah.
It is those tiny things. So yeah, the Arbiter Scones is probably what we currently have the most technical dungeon. There's just a lot that can happen here. So it is especially important to practice this dungeon. And bdamja, he tried to do his thread where he looked away from the skull so he could immediately roll, but unfortunately failed that. So picking up a skull instead, we a skull friend. I think here in this room he might try to take damage. No, somewhere else. Okay. We will see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say he'll probably do a damage with the bomb as he clips through this gate right here, which we're coming up right now.
Makes sense, makes sense. I'm excited to see that. Bewildebeest getting the turnaround from the chest and then getting an immediate roll. A little bit of time save there. Sorry,
Now
I'm
how-
having a poke clip.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is the biggest new sequence break we have. We have seen two earlier actually, one in Snow Peak and one in Lake Bed. This one is the most significant, though this one doesn't have a ceiling on it, so instead we need to clip inside the wall. So we do a precise setup to use a pot to get inside the wall, and to clip through we need to use a rupee. And we use a short rupee slide to clip through.
Jesus Christ.
Very nice. And yeah, using a ball.
Yep.
Well
Nice.
done. So now we are on half a heart, which we will use for Death Sword skip. But first we are using a human method, going on the right side here, so we can get up immediately with transforming. This is a bit faster than the Bicky skip method that we have done before. Human movement a lot more difficult than doing it as Wolf. Very nice side up from the railing there. Now we need to just get over the railing. Very well done. And actually getting off with Bewildebeest, also getting the big key skip.
Ooh.
But not bonking there, unfortunately. He tried to item wheel there so he can do a precise break slide more easily. But yeah, this transform was very unlucky. Losing a bit of time there. Now we are doing a step clip. In the stepping animation, we ignore wall collision so we can get out of bounds and then claw shot up immediately. And now comes Death Sword skip. Willoughby still is on 1.5 heart, so I'm unsure what he's trying to do with his health here.
He might do a... Yeah, he might do a double bomb after Death Sword skip to die as Wolf.
Yeah. Picking a different pot here as well from Wolfdash V, which is a little bit faster because then we can start in the sand a little bit closer. Very well done. It's all these tiny things.
Look at that, big brain. He gets hit by...
a lot to just catch up. Very nice. Oh, hit from Death Sword. Yeah, right. So that is probably what he will do. We want to launch this pot away so that we don't get its heart. Very well done. We want to now go into a precise position for the super jump of Death Sword's head to precisely land, and bdamja made it. Meanwhile,
there's the hit.
He's taking a hit from Death Sword to now be on half a heart to also attempt for Death Sword skip so he can die immediately after obtaining the spinner.
Now Beast's turn.
Calmed a bit, so he didn't manage to pan it back, so he might need to adjust a little, and didn't make it, unfortunately.
Oh!
The camera panning messing up the setup here a bit. It is quite hard to do the camera panning because you want to immediately press A, and panning it back is quite difficult to make the setup work. Now Death Sword is stuck, and we try to do the backup. Meanwhile, bdamja on the epic spinner room already trying to hold the cycle. This looks like a good Death Sword skip attempt from the bewildebeest, and he made it! Very well done. Meanwhile, bdamja still in this epic spinner room cycle and trying to keep it up. I imagine he will try to go left immediately and catches the spinner railing to quickly stay on cycle. Really well done. Spinner track cycles can be quite annoying, but this was a very calm cycle by bdamja. Now with this unfortunate consequence, we are looking that the bewildebeest is possibly behind for some time.
This is insane. I don't think there's any way to put it.
I unfortunately don't have a way to hydrate too. Talking a lot. Talking is a lot. Okay, but meanwhile, the bewildebeest also an epic spinner room. Hope we can get this cycle. We possibly have the most devastating trick still coming up. If both of these runners are done with this, then they are pretty much always gonna be in this kind of time difference. So this is the biggest thing still. After that, it is mostly movement. So whatever happens here could possibly already decide the race. So we hope it doesn't and that it stays within the time frame. That we still can see such a close race together with those two.
Man, but I must say, this has been a fun race to just watch and commentate so far.
I'm having a blast! Oh my god. Okay, up and coming is Stellar skip now. We are gonna wait for half a second here, just so that Stellar is gonna wait here a little. There's RNG to his turning. But we don't want him to hit us while we are doing the setup. We are doing the actually pulling the Star Troop to us, and we are manipulating it to get into the corner, which bdamja did successfully. Now the next part is getting inside the gate. This gate also doesn't have a ceiling in it, so we are just getting inside the wall, but bdamja unfortunately getting a roll here, so missing the setup a bit. But it's still within a Wrangler's range, I think. He's though taking it safe and not going for it. Immediately
and he's
getting it, that is frame perfect, and then since we are when claw shotting you are ignoring wall collision, you can get out. This was quite fast. The small mess up, it didn't quite matter. That was really fast, well done by bdamja. Now we will see bewildebeest attempt, very similar. I think Stellar did actually turn quite far, but we will see that. Similar angle buffering, we will try to see the cat. The probably difficult part here, but also getting the claw shot actor displacement. Now just need to manage the setup and hopefully get a Rangless if you're fast. It's going for a
Nice.
Rangless inside the gate and can immediately...
Oh!
He had too much nerves! It is too much better. The claw shot is not the most precise thing, but it is still quite precise to get out of this. Unfortunately, messing up means this is not quite a Rangless and needing to redo this attempt, banging Stellar once more. But this time making it.
That is it.
And
Nice.
it's still fine, though the difference is now quite big. It might be that bdamja is quite far ahead, more than a minute. But we are not quite over. We still have City in the Sky, Palace of Twilight and Tyrant Castle coming up. Another 50 seconds. Or minute, actually.
Yeah, another 50 or so minutes left to this race, and it's still... anything can happen.
Now with early City, thankfully there's no wall here. Just a push collider, so if we transform well, which bdamja did miss in the first attempt, we can clip through this owl statue and go through the biggest sequence break in this game. This gets beating Snow Peak runes, Temper of Time, the entire owl statue and memory sequence, just to get into City in the Sky. Well done here.
Bro, my parlay is going crazy on this race.
I can only say the same. I'm having a blast. This is so fun. Whew. I hope these runners are also having as much fun as we are. Yeah, after getting another 20 rubies, we got the money. We are in fact giving him 300 rubies. And up comes City in the Sky. Many wouldn't say this game is a shooter, but actually there's a lot of aiming involved. Yeah, we will see still a lot of tiny optimizations even in the aiming part. Quite excited to see that. A lot of cutscenes here. Not too much to say.
Yeah, just...
We are cooling a bit down from Standard Skip.
yeah, because that was just insane. Cooling down from the entire run, basically, honestly.
Yeah. Like, since Scorch Void, the difference has been maintained pretty similarly. Getting a bad wind cycle here on bdamja's side. It's okay. It's sadly RNG what wind cycle you start with. So not much you can do here. You can only block it if you're close to the walls, but it takes some time to get to those walls, of course. Another big sequence break is coming up with fan skip. It is quite easy. we just transform against the door and then we are not hitting a fan trigger. So the fan stays deactivated, we can get the big key early later.
Mm-hmm. Commentators' voice boxes. It's because this is insane to like commentate. There's so much that's happening. It's so good. Like it's peak speedrunning.
Yeah, there's a small JA we can do here. It is a bit faster than using the claw shot here.
Am I blowing your ears out? I'm sorry. I'll speak quietly.
We streamer handle that.
Has this been an issue the entire time?
I think one person has mentioned that in chat. It's possibly. I mean, they put me lower, so that means the people are not putting the stream itself lower.
I think they're taking into account your hot.
Yeah, but it's necessary with how I'm exploding. Like, come on.
Yeah, trust, it's fun.
We're claw shotting a little bit right here, which is in fact a bit faster because the loading zone is on the right side there. I love the quick turn and then just claw shotting so far right on B side. Oh my god. Bewildebeest is unfortunately missing the Agor cutscene skip. Oh no, not falling off! That is a big time loss. That is unfortunate. Yeah, we are trying to avoid a trigger here, but not getting on the railing immediately. He tries to back it up, but then didn't fall off the railing another time, and that's unfortunately loses him a lot from voiding. Meanwhile, bdamja is coming up to City Gate clip, another displacement clip we use. This one does have a ceiling, so we can do it with a pretty much standard setup. Very
nice.
Well done. You also intentionally went a bit right there to avoid the Baba. I like that. Then with another displacement clip we can save a few seconds going down here from not deactivating the fan. Well done. Now with the angle buffering setup we are doing a route for skip here. First getting into position and then going into C up a little too fast. Because then you just need to align horizontally. Wolfdash having a slightly different alignment, but also very nice for the displacement clip. Well done. And because we did the Agor cutscene skip, we are now spawning by the chest instead of at the beginning of the dungeon after the save warp. Because bewildebeest is on critter if you do the displacement clip now in the center of the door instead of the side of the door. Well done. He's actually pre-aiming, not doing the setup, and that was really fast! Faster than the setup could have ever done. Really well done. Yeah, if you are really comfortable, you can just aim immediately. That was sick. I love that. Coming up for bdamja, we have Clip. There is a misalignment. There is actually a gap in the ceiling collision. So we can claw shot immediately through. He aligns perfectly immediately and doesn't need to adjust. That was cool.
Yeah, this.
They are really good aimers here. Oh, Leroy is quite close there. Blocking our path.
Nice, got the auto roll.
Say hi to Leroy. Yeah, I think right side LJs are a bit faster. At least also just more convenient for targeting. So it was well done. Beast needing to adjust a little. It's just like about a unit gap, but the claw shot doesn't care. You just need to adjust accordingly. This fan tower is on a cycle. So we want to be quite quick with and stay aligned with the cycle. It's missing, it could lose a little bit of time. And that was well done by bdamja.
Nice.
Yeah, with the late game, the time difference stays consistent between those two, so there must be a really big difference happening for all of these to catch up. But that is exactly how late game goes, so we will see. Nothing is over, in fact. There might be some strats bewildebeest will pull out that bdamja doesn't know. It is all these small, tiny optimizations. Deciding whether to play safe or trying to make a comeback with extreme bad odds. Like a 1 second optimizations that could lose 20 seconds. And this kind of thing happens a lot in Palace of Twilight, so stay tuned. Oh, that was just at the bottom for bewildebeest. That was confident. He didn't even see the target icon. Wow. bdamja was actually nearly doing pool game. I'm glad that didn't happen.
That would have been very
unfortunate. Yeah, if you claw shot Agork at the first possible frame, you soft lock and would need to. Yeah, Tyrann.com/coolgame and bewildebeest getting that pixel. Ah, damn! Yeah, at the most right or left edge corner of the vines. There's about a 1 unit kind of lengthy collision where you are not actually on the vines but instead just interacting as if it was a normal claw shot. This is very unfortunate.
Meanwhile, bdamja's beginning the second phase.
Yeah. Starting it, and we're avoiding immediately. Oh, nice side up there. Actually, I'm not used to that side up. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Actually not used to that side, but it looked fast and just normally unequipping it, of course. Just kind of feels weird with the camera then. Agorok is unfortunately more an auto-scroller boss, but in top level there are actually some things that these runners might optimize in the second and third cycle. Specifically early roar or second Piat drop.
How much behind PB are these two? Oof.
I don't know.
Enough.
I think a bit more than 2 minutes. Or 3 minutes about.
I think 2 minutes is
Yeah.
a good.
bdamja went for the second Piat there, a slight optimization saving 3 seconds. Well done. And on the third one, Agorok wants to turn, of course, so we are not doing the same manip. Instead, we are waiting until he turns and then manipulating him. Oh, that makes sense, Dean. Thank you. Not thought about that. Yeah, with that, the cutscene boss has been done. It's been defeated. But yeah, one thing I do want to say about this run that these two have is I think they are still in range, even if they play perfectly both, of Zelda deciding the race. It's just that bewildebeest needs to have like a really good cycle and bdamja a really unfortunate cycle, but it is possible. I think they are in the range. And again, Palace of Twilight can lead to crying, so...
Yeah, a lot of small optimal movement.
Yep. With that, bewildebeest finishes while bdamja is just leaving. This cutscene is just so damn long. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They really gave so much attention to this boss only to be kind of boring in a speedrun. Yeah, with the iron boots equipped, we can fall immediately, and after moving slightly that we get out of the animation, we can warp to Palace of Twilight, the second to last dungeon. We are in true late game now. A lot comes down to this, how the movement here goes and everything.
Alright, now we're in Palace Twilight.
Yeah, so in this first room, we want to go below the Xantat and target it, so we can do a double hit. I like that one. It's a cool super jump. It can do both hits to immediately kill it. Not the most precise thing. Is there something worth to practice? We're done here by bdamja. Instead here now doing a dash attack that hits 2 times and then a midna charge. Doing the same midna charge super jump is not possible here because the Xanthat spawns a little lower. Yeah, now instead of using the claw shot to go up, we can do side ups on the chest instead, which is a little faster. Phantom Sand has a little RNG elements to it where he spawns, but it is not too big of a deal because we can use audio cues where he spawns. You can hear very well if you turn up the game where he is. We want him to just warp away normally. If we hit him too much, he will warp away immediately. And we don't want him to warp constantly around the map. So yeah, this was pretty good. Or even a center spawn, it's just it's pretty good RNG there as well.
Yeah.
Missing the target on the saw.
Oof.
If you take too long, then Midna will talk to you. He's trying to L-slide in addition to that. So I can immediately throw the saw into the socket during the cutscene. The squibbles come down with it, so you can avoid them. And immediately go up. L-sliding diagonally is better, because L-sliding straight backwards is less speed than L-sliding diagonally. Good aim there. Nice. And lastly, doing another L-slide here. With that precise L-slide, we can actually get into a trigger before we have the soul in our hand, so the squibbles don't spawn. We're done.
Nice.
He's also finishing the first Phantom's End. Yeah, about one return apart, so... There's still some stuff that can happen, but wow. The difference is kinda big all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But still within range. Within Zelda range. Though preferably bewildebeest wants bdamja to make a mistake to come back at this. And Palace of Twilight is this dungeon where we can actually do a lot of cool LJAs that are though very precise. So bdamja might need to decide if he wants to go for some LJAs that would be quite precise and could lose a lot of time if he misses them and not gain too much if he does get them. But that is exactly the question, because all these tiny optimizations are what bewildebeest might be catching up on. Waiting here intentionally on the platform cycle so that he can actually go immediately on it and get to the Xanthat. That was smart. Yeah, they both will go for barrier 1 skip.
Yeah.
In her castle. No doubt about that. Actually doing a slash method here instead of using the boomerang for these Zant. That's quite interesting strat there. Usually you see people do it with the boomerang. I might switch to the running slash. That actually looked good. And yeah, transforming out before the Xantad dies, so he does have enough time to get on the claw shot target during the cutscene. This is a lot more difficult than it looks. That's why... Oh! Even the sick aim, that looked amazing.
That was crazy.
Wildebeest also waiting here for the good platform cycle, so that he can kill the Phantom... not the Phantom Zant, the Zant head immediately.
Meanwhile, bdamja entering the second Phantom Zant.
Yeah, the second fight is not much different from the first one. The second Phantom Zant can spawn a few different enemies, but we are still not just giving him a chance to spawn enemies, so... Well done.
Nice.
The soul road's a bit down, but that is fast. Here we all actually want to wait a little bit besides the soul spawner. Oh, or not, we go into the center. Huh, he can do it immediately. Well, he's smarter than I am, I guess. Good diagonal L-slide, love that. The most reasonable way Beast can catch up is on Zelda, but he would prefer if bdamja makes mistakes. Like this! Oh my god! He didn't throw the soul. It missed! No! Come on! This is so stupid, because this is actually a room where you usually don't do mistakes. This is just a room we call go forward and press A. But he really just did press A without holding forward. Damn. That's quite annoying. Yeah, right, Zen fight could happen too. There's the Garu cycle. That could be quite annoying.
The easiest room in the dungeon.
There's still the soul backtracking part, so...
Nice, he got the throw off. And then that one little Twilight person catching a stray.
Yeah.
Now we got some butter on our sword.
Really nice. Yeah, double soul room can be a bit annoying, but should be fine. Oh, that was so good. You're waiting on the one soul here that you put it at the side here of the magnetic thing. So you can have the cutscene of both immediately, which is so good. I love that. Getting another heart here makes sense. This LJ is not the most precise, so it makes sense that bdamja is still going for it, even with another buffer.
Nice.
Was cool with the running slashes.
Nice. The key's catching a stray.
Yeah, outside room, optimally we want to defeat the one Xantad on this little island first. Before going to the boss key. bdamja actually does go for this LJ, that one could crucially miss. But he did actually get it, very nice. Well done. He did buffer there, really taking his time for that LJ, because it is just crucial if you miss it. So makes sense. So we are going up the boss key here instead of defeating the Xantads immediately because the cycle doesn't work, but unfortunately he does not make it. Needs to go again, changing his position.
There we
It's a
go.
little bit of time loss. Bewildebeest meanwhile not being able to do the LJ because the keys for some reason flew into his face and took over the target space. This is some really annoying thing. Also buffering for that LJ makes sense.
Oof.
Oh, but I'm just not getting that one. Okay. It makes sense though. The cycle was kinda messed up now that he did miss going up to the boss key. So there's a bit of time save that the Bewildebeest can make up here. Both just in the same room.
Yeah.
So close. Okay. Early platform room coming up. We are now in a platform cycle that we want to keep up. Which is quite difficult to keep, but hopefully these runners won't do big mistakes. And just stay in line with a good cycle. Missing the auto spin here, but that should still be very much fine. Doing an LJA here to get quickly to the platform. Another LJA to get to the next platform.
Nice.
Very well done. And that should absolutely be in the cycle. Just needs to go on this side to kill the Xantad quickly. The closer target on top there, he can just drop down and is on it. Very nice. So last Xantad can have different positions, but it doesn't really matter.
Oof.
The last LJ getting to the door quickly. Very well done. The last part is just a gauntlet of doing spin attacks.
Ooh, beast moving.
The friendless thing, I don't think we will see it. I don't think either of these runners have practiced that trick. It is just too brutal for a frame perfect trick. It doesn't save too much time for what it can do. But maybe we will see Beast actually go for it to have a slight chance at catching up to bdamja. I don't know what his thinking is. In Zelda can still happen, but you want to improve in any way to fight the odds. Yeah, the Ababa phase, quickly hitting him with a spin attack. We just need to hit the finishing hit of a combo to immediately kill him. There's a bit of RNG involved how often he jumps, but it is fine. The go cycle is the big one. There's a way to one cycle him with delaying a slash for a full combo. And bdamja not getting it. He wanted to do a spin attack actually after the jump attack, so this loses quite some time here. But still getting it then after, okay. Yeah, it was quite the mess up, but fine I suppose. No Morphe face. We still got water bomb, so we can refill our air meter, though we will do that after doing the first phase here. It is quite safe, to be honest. We just want to do a fast combo underwater with the stick, left, right, up, down. Then we have so much air to just chill. And the next end does spawn far away, the furthest away from Link when they are fully up. So bdamja does a slight min up here and already knows where he needs to go.
Nice.
Bewildebeest is on the Dengaro phase 1 cycle, let's see. That was very well done. Nice, nice. So he is in fact catching up on bdamja, one Morphe phase apart. The hook phase is pretty straightforward, there's not too much that can be done wrong here. And bdamja does in fact not get stabbed by the head of Zand falling down. Yes, that thing does damage. I don't know if it does a full heart though. He was on 1 heart, so it was kind of scary. Yeah, Blizzard phase, the only reason we get the ball and chain, of course known.
I think it does do a full heart.
Just pulling out a water bomb, refill the air. You're not supposed to hold a water bomb in the air. So while unequipping the iron boots and then pressing A while we are in the underwater pretty much without the iron boots on, the game assumes we are on land for a frame. And just being on land for a frame already does refill our air meter. And that was a quick final cycle, very well done by bdamja. this race is crazy.
I know.
I love this. Again, bewildebeest was able to catch up a bit on bdamja here on the sand fight, but we will see how this goes. There's not a lot that can go wrong in Hyrule Castle. But we will see. Very well done.
Let's see if bdamja gets this last postman skip.
Yep. Again, Postman's a ground trigger, so we can just jump over it. That was a weird camera there, unfortunately not getting a C-up transform. But well done, nice.
Nice. I think more importantly, let's see if bdamja can validate his run.
He missed the bong, no!
Oh.
Yeah, going for the bong is of course like, it's cool and all, but like, if you bonk too far left, then you bonk and not get into the cutscene, so that's kinda No, it's just a meme, it doesn't save time. It's just kinda going a bit further left, so I think it might save a frame, but like, come on. Yeah, I could also lose a frame. I'm actually not sure about the pathing here. Most people stop rolling to ensure the bonk. Oh, right. Oh, bewildebeest getting the bonk.
Yep.
Well, both are in the Midna cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
One is currently turning into Squidna, one just came out of turning into Squidna.
Now, as mentioned earlier, both runners will be attempting the barrier 1 skip as they enter.
Yeah, these barrier fights are quite some sequence breaks. Normally, what Hyrule Castle is just a few enemy gauntlets, but thankfully you would need to go into a trigger to fight them, and usually then the barriers that spawn are not very well placed. But yeah, this one is quite precise, but with the setup it is not that hard. So bdamja will be going here for a specific position and do another long jump attack to skip over, to skip around the trigger, getting on top of the hatch. Really well done. And barrier 2, you can skip the cutscene and the barrier just takes some time to form. I don't know how Nintendo missed this. Our castle feels kinda rushed, to be honest. Okay, will bdamja though go for King Bulblin for one cycle? If you go alternate quick spins and counterclockwise spins, you can actually get it. Just barely not getting it, damn. But that was really close but difficult, because you need to alternate spinning your stick clockwise and counterclockwise. It is such a cool strat.
And Beast opting not to go for barrier 1 skip.
I see, wow. Losing time then. Barrier 1 skip doesn't save too much time, but it can also save a little bit on the equips because you have arrow boots equipped usually. So you can press A and X. Yeah. And with bdamja equipping the iron boots, he can save without getting the Midna cutscene. Which saves 6 seconds, because Midna just likes to yap. Wildebeest hitting King Bolin a little too early, so he blocks. Unfortunate. So then not going for the 1 cycle. No, they usually equip the iron boots as they do a barrier 1 skip because they can fall quickly after going on the hatch. And this also makes automatically the channeliers being faster. So there it saves time. He's unfortunately not getting the 1 framer, so bdamja making a little bit of time save here on the Wildebeest. And they'll lead a little bigger. Now with this Dark Knight we can get close to him and finish him off with a ball and chain. That was the optimal thing we can do with it. Did he try to activate the thing early? No.
I think he tried.
It was something, I don't know. He was just memeing around. I'll try and equip Rang before opening the door. Right. That makes sense. Ooh, we are going for a faster lantern puzzle. It's a bit harder, but yeah. Yep. It is very hard to do this one. We have 2 different hardest strats. This one is the hardest. You need to DF walk and then roll. So that is like the walking
No.
for a bit, but he misses it again. I think bdamja will now go for the easy cycle because it is very unfortunate to miss it. No, he still goes for the quick one. And the lamp was still lit! That was really weird. I think it's thankfully went off the moment he got there, so he did make it. But now bewildebeest is actually making a bit of time there on bdamja. It could be within Zelda range again. Out of all things, bdamja missing the lantern puzzle is a fatal blow.
More like ending blow.
That is a big bonk! Oh no! Unfortunately on the last wall of the stairs, and then needing to relit the torch there for the stairs to go down. And up again. Damn!
This is insane.
Yeah, this Werewolf wasn't the best one, but it was still fine with the ball and chain strat.
Beast getting the fast lantern.
Yeah, he's trying to make time on every single thing it looks like. bdamja is friendful.
The friends we made along the way. And their +1s.
Yeah, Beast in fact getting the better Ralphos, the one we want.
It's me and you and I and you and me and our friend Steve.
Yeah, nice. And that's the bewildebeest is not going for friendness. As expected, the string is just far too risky. And since this race is within Zelda range, that makes sense. But still, bdamja will need to be really unfortunate here for Zelda. Which is quite unlikely, but possible. No, this is not world record possible. Yeah, they might watch the stream to see how the others doing, but that is up to them.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, clean final tower climb by bdamja.
Yeah.
The entire tower apart. Well, guess we are counting.
Yep. Yeah, this rematch in the grand final to be crazy.
bdamja reducing a bit of lag here on things. He immediately gets a swoop, that is no good. We are looking then for an 8 cycle already. But gets a ball now. Swoop is still not as bad as a triangle.
Yeah. Now Beast coming up into Zelda 2. Not the game, but as well.
Getting another swoop there. It took a long time before the swoop came up. Yes, there are also RNG differences when Zelda attacks. So this also can make a difference, but we are so far on 4. And without already having a Dorito, that is quite good. Another swoop. Even if this is an 8 cycle, this so far is really good. Bewildebeest is getting an immediate ball. Now a Dorito. Unfortunate. His next attack is the 7 there. Bewildebeest is also getting a Dorito. It's another swoop for bdamja. This next one could be a ball for bdamja. And deciding how this goes. Zelda taking a sweet time on bewildebeest's side. And with that, bdamja has successful an 8 cycle on Zelda. Pretty good RNG, I would say, for a race. Like to see that. That was the second ball for bewildebeest. Now we just don't want to screw up the rest. We are going for backside beast cannon. Another Dorito for bewildebeest. He's a pot friend.
Let's see if he gets the retraction on this. Looks like he does. Nice. Nice.
This can be a ball. Yep. I think that is a 7 cycle for bees, but I didn't actually count. It just took a lot of time for all these attacks. It might have been that Zelda had an off-screen attempt, so I'm not sure.
Was an 8? Okay.
And bdamja has successfully defeated Beast Cannon. Horseback, but with well practice it is deterministic. 3 different paths that Ganon usually takes there.
Alright, now here we go into horseback.
Yeah, he already knows what to do. This is the last one. Horseback is done.
Nice. Now maybe bdamja will hear Ganondorf's desire. And bewildebeest finishing Beast Ganon.
Yep. Auto spins shouldn't be too hard, but we hope this is not the thing we fumble on. This is every speedrunner's worst nightmare, if that happens. So yeah, we will quickly take down Ganondorf by going around him and then do 3 jump attack auto spins from behind. He's also finishing horseback with a
Nice.
clean one.
Oh, the side
Missing
hop.
that. Oh, another side up. Okay, don't fumble. Just take it easy. It's all okay. And with that, bdamja finishes with a
That's
2:43:50. GG's. And with that, bdamja goes on to the grand finals. Bewildebeest will now go into the losers bracket, but still can come back to the grand finals if he wins the losers bracket. Just a difference of 1 match.
Yes, so if I'm reading this correctly, Beast will now be just be waiting in the losers final.
Yes, until everything is done there in the losers bracket. Alright, and with that, Bewildebeest also finishes with a 2:44:44. Nice number.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
Yo.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello,
GG's.
GG's you too.
GG.
GG's.
GG.
That was a race.
It was,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
That was a race in general.
It was.
Yeah, I think you both are not very happy with the beginning of the run, especially.
Yeah, I need to stop feeling bit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, what happened there? Because you didn't reset, right?
No, it's the same thing. I don't know if you saw the clip I posted in the TB cord, but it's the same thing where I pressed D-pad left after closing the minimap, and it just didn't open the map, and I don't know why that happens.
Oh, that's weird.
But yeah, it was unfortunate.
Oh.
Dang, you got shafted by bow RNG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, the beginning of the run was probably the happiest I was with it in terms of execution. But yeah, I lost, I think, over a minute to bow, and then I got
EMS.
fifth try good swing for EMS. Got
Yeah,
4
that's so
bad
bad.
That was something. But yeah, that last hour of the run, I just forgot how to play.
It happens. It was a fun race, though. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to the commentary sporadically, and I was enjoying how much you guys were enjoying it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was so insane.
I have a good time commentating, yeah. I'm not sure how... wait, what was the time that bdamja finished again? Because with Beast missed Gorgeward, so I'm not sure if that actually made the difference here, but...
Oh, yeah, I guess it would have.
Yeah, we were within a minute.
Actually.
I mean, yeah, but you can say if only this had happened, but
Right,
if only
yeah.
bdamja hadn't failed. Whatever,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
race was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one other funny moment was bdamja. Come on, letter puzzle.
Oh no, that
Uh,
was so bad.
I was wondering why it was that close at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just wasn't really paying attention, and then I didn't take like the best lines, and then I didn't trust myself to remember like the easier one, so I just kept doing the optimal one and kept failing it. It was so tragic.
Well, I failed getting onto the block after the dark nut. So
I
didn't
saw
catch
that.
up.
yeah,
You just
Yeah.
bonk or
Yeah,
just
I
a bongo.
in the corner.
yeah, that sucks. Yeah, what else? I mean that failed Hugo. I was kind of confused by that one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I failed that one. It looked good from what I saw.
To me, it
but-
looked good as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too
Yeah.
far back, just a few units, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think besides that,
Yeah.
only stellar skip, like you missed the aim, or was that beast? I don't remember.
No, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do the thing where you wait at the beginning so you get an extra cycle, but I don't think I waited long enough. So he was going to hit me on the
Oh.
second
Yeah,
cycle, and
he was
I knew
so
I-
far left. I was surprised myself.
Yeah, I knew I had to go quickly, and I wasn't careful enough. I thought I had less time than I did.
Yeah.
As far as backing that up goes, it was a fairly quick backup. Like I think I only lost
Mhm.
25 seconds on the split, but you know, not great.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Did you fail DSS? I can't remember.
Yeah, I failed it once.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And the camera panning it was.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just mistimed it. I was just. playing
Well,
random
would have
levels.
worked it with the collision, with the position.
Yeah. No, that position was fine. I just
I
released.
see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but I just saw the camera panning. You kind of needed to go to position without just holding down. So.
Yeah, no, I'm used to doing it that way. The
Fair
position
enough.
was fine. I don't remember whether I was early or late, but it was clearly one or the other. The
Yeah.
weirdest mistake I made that run that I can remember anyway was a boss bug. I on one of the cycles, instead of backflipping, I accidentally jump attacked. So
Oh.
I just was out in the middle of Lake Hylia.
Was it like the thing where you press them both in the same frame or something? And it
Probably.
doesn't do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Oh, I guess you got Dead Pixel too, didn't you?
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That and oh yeah, another one. I leaving double soul room in Palace. I buffered the last LJA and I just wasn't mashing fast enough, so I went late anyway.
Oh shoot, I didn't even realize that. Wait, which LJ?
The final one in double soul room, the staircase room.
Oh, you fell down there. I didn't even know that one.
Yeah,
Damn,
it was a race.
it was
Definitely.
What were the highlights? For you?
Definitely.
the highlights for me or for the
Yeah.
commentators. Oh,
Well, I was asking you, bdamja, but I guess anybody.
yeah. I mean the lantern thing was pretty funny. Trying to remember what
The
else
only
happened.
thing I could still think of is Kyclip. Leroy was very close to the hole there, just blocking the path in. But
Oh yeah, that was goofy.
Hmm.
What else? What else? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't.
it
didn't
was
play
just
terribly,
hype.
but, like, the
It
beginning-
was just
beginning kinda
hype
sucked.
in every kind of section. Like
Yeah.
you
That
had
was cool.
a pretty similar time difference in the course of the whole race. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of like tensing up the whole time. But there was like not really too much goofy stuff, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I guess I did the. What I've been doing for Gorgewood was I recorded a clip. I don't know if you've seen Nimzo's video.
Oh,
I did
Nimzo's
that with
strat.
my
Yeah,
st-
I know what you were talking
Yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah. Yeah, I recorded a video of me doing Gorgewood, and then I cut that out and I loop it for like a minute, and I just have like a video file on my computer, and then like when I'm like waiting in the cutscene, I just like did like five practiced Gorge Voids before. Actually, pretty good strat. I recommend.
I can think of an even better strat. If you just, when you get to do Gorge Void, replace your capture card video with that video.
Oh, yeah,
Get it every time.
Dude, you're a genius. That's so smart.
Oh, well, that's all I got. Thanks for the race and the commentary and the restream.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
I had fun with this as well. Thank you too.
Yeah, thank you for the race, man.
And I think I don't know if you guys mentioned this at any point because I was only occasionally listening to the commentary, but this was this was called the finals, but we have grand finals still happening.
Yes, we have
so,
that.
Yes.
I think it's okay.
So
I
we
think
might
it's
see a rematch.
In grand finals will be best of 3.
We'll see.
So
It's me, Andy, Why Nots, Marco, and TGD, I think.
Wait, hang on. I think that's right. G's too.
Oh,
And
geez.
Morpho.
Yeah. What? Wait.
Yeah, Morpho's still in. You're talking about in contention for grand final?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot because there's that other round. God, there's so many rounds left.
Yeah.
The lower bracket still has a lot, so bdamja can't wait now for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of
Hopefully-
unfortunate. We couldn't really figure out like a good way for the losers bracket to not just be like super far behind. But
Yeah, I think that's just in the
I
nature
think
of
it's
it.
probably just it is
Like the
what it
nature
is.
of
No
how
big
the
deal.
end works. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think we have 6 races left for main bracket. Then I'm looking at the bracket now.
Yeah, 1, 2,
1, 2,
3,
3, 4, 5.
6. Yeah, and then the grand final will be best of 3, so it could be 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Like the grand finals is a best of 3?
Mhm.
Huh.
Wow.
You were going to organize the tournament. I believe you.
No. I'm just guessing. You know.
Cool.
Yeah, well, if
yeah.
no one else has anything else, I think you guys have covered everything else I wanted to say about the tournament. There'll be a little while before we see bdamja again, just because of the nature of double elimination. But
Might be back on comms though.
yeah, you might hear him a little bit, but you will not see him playing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple much more matches coming up. I don't know how many of them will be restreamed. We'll try and get as many restreamed as we can. There are also a lot of other tournaments going on ZSR right now. Probably going to rate it out to ZeldaSpeedRuns 3. There is a Majora's Mask weekly race going on for Rando. But with that, we'll probably head out. Thank you guys all for the runners for running and commentators for commentating and taking the time out of their day to make sure this race could happen. And everybody have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.